Yo, what's up guys? I am so glad to have you here. Thank you so much for joining for another great video. Guys, we're going to be showing you how to save gold in this video. You're probably saying right now, wait a minute, I can already save gold. It's called the save device, Directing Pete, and I'm going to tell you right now, that's true in some instances, but if you're doing a map like a mini BR or a type of game where you drop your guns when you get eliminated, you're also dropping your resources like wood, brick, metal. You're also dropping gold because wood, brick, and metal is tied to gold, which is really irritating. So until Epic Games creates a button to fix this, we can't really do much about it. So guys, we're gonna be using a combination of this custom loophole that you see right here. This custom loophole I did in another tutorial. I'll link that in the top right. It will also be in the description below for you to check out. Now, that custom loophole in conjunction with this drop gold device is going to be extremely awesome. Also, real quick, could you hit that like and subscribe button for me? You can always change your mind later and it helps so much. Now guys, you can see there is a lot of mechanics involved just to save gold. There are so many mechanics involved to save gold. The first device we're going to be using is Team Settings and Inventory. So you're going to go into Devices and grab Team Settings and Inventory near the top. Go ahead and place that in, and then you're going to place it on the ground. Once you've placed it, we're going to go ahead and open it up. So you're probably wondering, why are we even using this device? Well, the one setting we're going to change is basically anytime somebody gets eliminated, I want it to signal a channel. So when team member eliminated transmit on, I chose channel 13. This wording is a little confusing because basically it's when anyone is eliminated. I don't know why it says when team member is eliminated, but basically when anyone is eliminated, transmit on channel 13. Perfect. You can choose any channel you want for your mini BR or map where you drop weapons. All right, next up guys, we're gonna be talking about the save device. So I want you to go to your devices menu, grab that save device, the save point, and you're gonna place it down. Now this one I already did the settings for you, so we're just gonna open it up, and I want you to copy the settings below. You'll notice an asterisk on the left shows you the settings that I modified. So, save inventory, I set the no. Save resources, I set the no. Save gold is already on yes, and we wanna keep it there. Leave all this alone. Save creature elimination, save checkpoint, and save player location, I set the no. Save player location, super important to set the no, because you don't want them to spawn in randomly somewhere on your BR where they got eliminated. Otherwise, you can leave all the channels alone, and that is it. You've set up your save point device. All right, now we're gonna create a timer, guys. So we're gonna add a new one called Remove Mats, and you're probably wondering, what the heck is this? But this is a very important step, so you're gonna go into Devices and grab the timer device. Once you grab that device, go ahead and place it down. We're gonna go through all these settings. I want you to set it to duration of 1 second. You can just name it if you'd like to remove mats, and I'll explain what that means in just a moment. And then we're gonna go down to start timer at game start on. Everything else will stay the same. Visible during game, no. You don't wanna see the timer. Show on HUD, no, we don't wanna see the timer. This is an invisible timer. It's meant to do something in the background. All right, on success, transmit on channel 2. I just chose that available channel. Once again, choose an available channel that works for you. We need to go ahead and basically get rid of mats in between rounds. So what you're gonna need to do now is grab another device. You're gonna grab the item remover device. You're gonna drop that device down. All right, once you've dropped it down, you're then gonna go into your inventory and choose consumables, and you're gonna put some wood, brick, and metal into your consumables. Then you're gonna go over to the play button, and then I want you to go up and drop in some wood, some brick, and some metal. It does not matter at all how much you drop in. It could be 1 brick, it could be 2,000 brick, 1 metal, 1 wood, doesn't matter. Once they're dropped into this device, I'm gonna want you to open up that device and change a few settings. So we're literally just changing one setting, amount to remove 100%. Removal method will be delete, which is what we want. Apply to all players, that's very important. Remove when receiving from channel 2. So the timer is saying, hey, I want you to remove all this material when you're on channel 2. Now, why would we do that? Well, basically, think of it like this. If you win a game, if you win a battle royale game, you're keeping your materials because I'm having you save gold, right? So if you win a BR match and you're doing rounds, the winning player cannot take their mats from one game and bring them into another. Hope this makes sense, but if you don't add this in, you'll notice that the person that won the round in the first round will have a bunch of mats in the second round. Hey, maybe you want that. That could be a cool little thing that your BR does that somebody else's doesn't. So we're going on to round settings, guys. Now we're going to be going to devices and adding a round settings device. The only thing you need to change in this device, keep resources between rounds 100%. So that means I want to keep 100% of my brick, my metal, my wood, and my gold. But remember, that device I just created is going to actually remove the brick, metal, and wood each round, so it doesn't really matter. So keep resources between rounds is what keeps the gold in the inventory every single round. And that is it for the round settings device. Now guys, we're gonna go ahead and grab another item remover. You're gonna drop that here, and you're gonna notice something. I have mythic, legendary, and so on, and each of these have different weapons in them. Now you're wondering, well, why do I need so many of these? Well, unfortunately, the item remover only lets you store about 20 weapons per remover, or 20 things per device. Maybe somewhere in there. I haven't really figured out how much it is, but basically you need a lot of these because it doesn't store basically every weapon and consumable in the game. And yeah, in a weird workaround way, we're putting literally every weapon and consumable into the item removers, and then we're removing those items when players are eliminated. So it's kind of a workaround until they fix this. Hopefully there's a fix and this tutorial gets outdated very soon. But if you're noticing what I'm doing now, I'm now splitting wood, brick, and metal again in a new item remover. Now we just did this, so you're probably going, wait a minute, we did that over there. Why are we doing this again? Well, that wood, brick, and metal was to remove it from the winner. This wood, brick, and metal is to remove it from any other eliminated player. So you're gonna have to adjust some things a little differently. Amount to remove 100%. Delete a removal method, drop. We do not want to delete, we want to drop. So when the person is eliminated, they're gonna drop wood, metal, and brick. Remove when receiving from channel 13. Now, if you remember back to the original tutorial, now all of these are gonna be set to channel 13. So every single one of these, you're gonna do the same thing. Now at the beginning, we added team, inventory, and settings. And if you remember, at the very bottom, we set anyone that's eliminated transmit on channel 13. So now what that item remover is doing is it's removing every single item in their inventory. Now you can see why I need so many of these, because I'm basically putting all of BR into these item removers. I keep mine a little organized, you don't have to. But now I'm doing one with ammo in it because you want them to drop their ammo as well when they get eliminated. And we're gonna go over why this is so important when we go through the menu settings at the end here. But you're noticing I'm just putting at least one of each thing in there. You do not need to put 100 ammo in. You can literally put one rocket in, and if they have 12 rockets, it will still work. Now you noticed one of those rockets went into the other item remover. That's fine, doesn't really matter. But when it gets too many items into a remover, it will just stop accepting them and it will not tell you, which is really irritating. So then now that we've done that, we can put our consumables in there. You may not be able to fit every consumable you're gonna use on your map, but you can put in the ones that you think are going to be great. Now the reason I just did that is it's just easier to drop consumables that way. If you have a full equipment, all your equipment slots are filled up, it's just really easy to drop them in. So that's why I did that. But you're seeing I'm putting one of each of these things in there, and it's just filling it up. Now, once again, you may put too many of these in and it may not work. And you may notice somebody saying like, hey, my shieldfish are deleting when I die. Well, then you're just gonna have to go in and create a new item remover and put those in. Perfect. So guys, we did that. We finished this part of it. We have all the item removers set up. Once again, you can just keep adding more and putting more items in. This is why custom loot pool is so awesome with this, because at least you know what items you put in your custom loot pool. So let's go ahead and grab another device here. And this is just for testing. We want an item spawner. And on that item spawner, we're gonna go through some of the settings here. Real simple settings. Base visible off, 2 seconds before first spawn, respawn never. You could set that to also respawn if you like, but you do not want to have this in the game when you're going live or publishing it. Basically, this is how you're going to just test with gold. There's different ways to get gold. You could do it by eliminations. You can do it by talking to, maybe an NPC in the game, or you can do it by crafting if you know how to do that. There's just so many different ways. So guys, this is going to be exciting. You're going to be copying my Battle Royale settings from my map. You can do that now. Just go ahead and copy all these settings, hit pause, rewind. I'm going to rush through these. These are all my current Battle Royale settings for Directing Pete's Battle Royale Season 7. So once again, just go ahead and copy all of these settings. Some of these are not relevant to the tutorial. They're just really cool settings. Any of these that are relevant to the tutorial, I'm going to stop on and we'll go over. But this also just gives you some insight on all of the settings that I chose for my mini BR map. So there's nothing in game settings you need to adjust, but in settings you will need to adjust one thing here. So we're going to go over that here. But yeah, just go ahead and write all this down. Eliminated players' items. Guys, normally this is set to drop by default. And in your BR, it is most likely set to drop. But you're going to actually set it to keep now. So that's huge, guys. If you don't do this, your tutorial, this is broken. It doesn't work. So basically, you're telling the game, keep every item that I get. Then you're telling the item remover, remove every single item I get except for gold. Then you're telling the save device, save my gold. Hopefully that all makes sense now. I'm just going to run through the rest of these so you have every option that I use in my BR map. Take it or leave it, use them or don't, up to you. Here's another one to point out. Gold granted on elimination, I set to 5. That's what I do in my BR, so every elimination I set to 5. You can go up higher, but I don't suggest that, guys, and here's why. If you start out with a lot of gold right away, then people can earn so much that it doesn't feel like the value is there or it means anything. So I always start small because you can always increase it later and make it more later. So here's another one. Show gold resource count. Super important. Guys, if people can't see how much gold they have, then you don't have a save gold mechanic. So you make sure to set that to show gold resource count to yes. That is extremely important. Go ahead and just copy the rest of these. We'll go over to UI. And there's actually nothing in UI you need for this gold tutorial, but I wanted to put that in there just so you could see it. Pause if you wanted to copy my BR settings. Otherwise, you don't actually need anything from that UI section. Guys, you could put down a player spawn if you'd like. That way you're just spawning in for this test. And then we're gonna go ahead and start the game. So now that I've started the game, everything should work beautifully. We should have a working save gold system where when that gold appears, you'll notice I've been doing this already. So I have a bunch of gold. I'm opening a few custom chests here. Just getting some loot in my inventory. I even put some brick, some wood, and some metal. And that way I have those there. And now you'll know, I'll go over here. Now there's not more than one person in my game, but you'll notice when I get killed, there it is. I drop my weapons, I drop my loot, I drop my ammo. That's what you wanted to see. That proves that it's working, even though in the menu items, it said keep, right? So that means really the only thing we're keeping right now, guys, is gold. Let's go ahead and confirm exactly that. Boom shakalaka, we have gold, guys. And with that save device, anytime you load in, now the gold will accumulate. People will have ways to spend it. You could put vending machines in. You can put item spawners in that have gold costs to it. Guys, this is going to be very, very important for the Battle Pass tutorial that is coming out very soon. I'll be putting that Battle Pass tutorial in the link below for you guys to check out when it's ready to go, but it's not ready yet. I wanted to come out with this tutorial first because this is vital to create a Battle Pass. You need to have this part to create a really cool Battle Pass. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If something doesn't make sense, if you have a question, please ask me in the comments below. If there's another tutorial you'd like to see me make, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, take care.